Hello everyone, this is Lobot from GAIA, and today we've got a very, very special interview in the run-up to our event with Progmatic on April 18th. So for those of you who don't know, we'll be hosting Anthony Pappa, Aubrey Fry, myself and Jordan and Ashley at Six Trees, Manchester. So we're very, very lucky. We've now got Anthony Pappa in front of us right now on the call. So Anthony, very hello to you. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very, very good. I'm very, very excited to come and see you play for our night and to share the decks with you as well. What a privilege for myself, and obviously I know Ash and Jordan have already shared that privilege, but I'm excited for it to be my first and hopefully many more after.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Looking forward to it. Yeah,
great. So anyway, first of all, so we wanted to just touch on some of your recent projects, as we know you've been quite busy in the studio recently. So obviously a good friend of Progmatic is Kasey Taylor. So obviously I know you've got a project called 4040 Vision, is that correct?
Case. So we go back from day dot, and while he's talking to me and kind of throwing some ideas at me, I'm kind of going through the numbers in my head and thinking, hang on a minute, it's going to be my 40th anniversary of DJing next year, as in this year, 2026. So I said, look, why don't we do a 40th anniversary and to celebrate both of our careers? So hence the name 4040. That's what it's basically based on. So Kasey and I have been probably the original pioneers of our music, certainly from Melbourne, our hometown in Australia.
Yeah.
So it just made sense to kind of do this together and do it as a back-to-back sets. And we're doing a tour around Australia. We've got a couple of overseas gigs locked in as well, but I can't mention them just yet.
Yeah, amazing. Can you give us any insight? Do you think we can expect that to see in the UK, or can you not tell us that quite yet?
There's something in the UK coming later in the year. Yeah, there is something in the UK.
Amazing. So, as I mentioned, obviously you have been a very busy man in the studio since your last time in Manchester with the Progmatic team, and obviously we can see that's very evident on the track list with your festival transmission mix for Balance. So do you think when you come back to Manchester this time round we can expect any more unreleased music, and could you tell us a little bit more about what's to come from yourself?
Yeah, sure. Well, a lot of those tracks in the Balance mix are unreleased, and there's actually a bunch more that I didn't put in the mix that I've still got to finish and sign to labels. So you're going to hear loads of new stuff from me. I just had a track out last week with Framework, Sunspill, that got released last week. In April, there's a collaboration between Foplay and myself, which is coming out on Sudbeat. That's in the Balance mix. There's a track called Forever Seeking, which has been signed to Guy J's Early Morning label. Foplay and I have done a follow-up to the CB EP for Music to Die For. Aubrey Fry and I have got a release coming out on Music to Die For. Aubrey Fry and I have got a release coming out on Balance. There's a new one from Jamie Stevens and I, which will come out on Mango Alley. Kasey Taylor and I are also working on tracks. We've finished one, we've got another one to do, which is part of this 4040 collaboration thing. So there's a lot of stuff lined up. Yeah, heaps, more than ever. I think this year's going to be my biggest year for releasing music. It's great.
Amazing. And I'm sure I can speak on behalf of obviously big fans of yourself as a DJ and an artist. That's extremely exciting for me to hear, and I'm sure other fans as well as myself. So that's really great to hear, and obviously I can't wait to hear them all in Manchester too.
Thank you.
So, as a lot of people that follow your music know, obviously you famously featured on the Global Underground New Breed series way back, even my time on planet Earth. So which artists now, obviously me being 24, and there's a lot of new artists up and coming right now. So for you personally, who do you believe are the new breed to watch out for right now that are going to push our beloved genre further?
I don't know if I necessarily call them the new breed, because there's people that have been doing things for a long time, but sometimes it takes a long time to start to get noticed, you know. You don't just pop up overnight. I mean, there might be a new breed that feels like, oh, these are the guys to watch. But if you're already thinking that about them now, they've probably already been doing stuff for 10, 15 years to even get to that point. So, I mean, obviously I'm going to mention Foplay, the guy that I'm working with as an artist, Aubrey Fry, Cortona, which is Enzo from Plastic Fantastic, nothing new there. I've known Enzo for 30 plus years, but he's only recently started making music on his own, and I'm loving what he's doing. Nick Stoydoff out of America is amazing. He's an absolute weapon. Four Candles, Guy Barone, really, really. I mean, would you call them new breeds or ones to? I don't know. They're just people that I think making amazing music. That when I see their names or when they send me tracks, I get excited because I know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So yeah, but there's loads of younger DJs that I see playing that get to do like the opening set stuff. I'll mention one guy from Melbourne, my hometown in Australia, Sam Shokes. He's actually released some music on Kasey's Vapor. I run my own night in Melbourne called Invite Only, and recently had Sam opening, and he was fantastic. So yeah, look, I'm always appreciative of any young DJ that's coming through that does things the right way, that knows how to warm up, build the room, set the tone, that doesn't just come in and play the rock.
Yeah.
If you want to make an impression on anyone or a headline DJ, impress them by holding back and setting things up and knowing how to open properly. That's going to earn you more respect than someone trying to come in and play big tunes and just kill the vibe.
Absolutely. I agree. And I think that really, really leads beautifully into my next question that I had lined up for you, Anthony. So for myself, and obviously speaking on behalf of them young producers and DJs, what advice could you offer to us today, to aspiring artists, aspiring producers that want to contribute to our beloved scene, just like you have and many of the other greats as well?
Sure. I think the most important thing is to do it for the right reasons. Do music because you love it, because you have a passion with the music, and you have a talent that you want to share with other people. Don't do it because you want likes, followers, or to try and make Instagram popularity videos or any kind of very important role in today's scene. But if you're going to be an artist, do it because you actually love the music, and you do it for the right reasons, not to try and become famous, a TikToker, or I want to be one of these DJs that jumps around like a clown.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean that just to me doesn't have any soul. It
Yeah.
just that's just something like look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Yeah, great. The shit. You look like an idiot. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but it's true.
Yeah.
Do it with your heart and your passion and full of love and something that you really enjoy, and just like I said, for the right reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you very, very, very much for that. So before we kind of wrap up this Q&A, we've got 5 questions lined up for you, just because we know that you're a busy man with a busy schedule. So before we wrap it up, have you got a message for the people of Progmatic and the new founded GAIA as well before you come back to Manchester again?
Yeah, look, I'm really excited the fact that it's at a new venue. I've been told there's an amazing sound system there, so can't wait to hear all these great tracks on a really good system. Obviously, I'm excited to be coming back because it's my second time playing for Progmatic. I'm also excited that Aubrey's going to be joining me. Actually, Aubrey and I are going to be in the studio the week leading up to Manchester, working on some new music. So hopefully, we'll have something new to play at the gig. Just looking forward to seeing my Manchester friends and pals and people that support me and come to the gigs. It's going to be great, really, and also it's a day party, which is I've not done a day party in Manchester. I think that's going to be cool.
Yeah,
bit of a different vibe, perhaps.
Well, Anthony, you've been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us and taking the time out of your busy schedule, obviously, to speak to us. And we're very much looking forward to seeing you in Manchester very soon.
It's a pleasure, mate. Thank you for having me, and I'll see you soon, like you said.
Thank you very much, Anthony. See you later.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Bye.